Welcome to another exciting episode of Extreme Metal Television. I'm your host, Simon. Yes, I'm back. In this episode, we have interviews with Iron Reagan and Napalm Death. But first, the underground spotlight falls on Shit Liver.
Well, I met these skids here about 10 years ago. We started playing in a horrible punk band together, making terrible music for an audience that appreciated it, but they were mostly too loaded to understand how bad we were. Fast forward, Matt picked up the drums, and now I play grind. There it is. In a nutshell, I would say more or less.
Come to the name Shit Liver?
You recall?
I don't really remember specifically. I just know we really like puns. So,
yeah.
You know, it's a good double entendre. Our livers are shitty because we're living in shit. So
yeah. I
don't remember who started.
I think I perhaps might have come up with shittered livers, and then Matt heard it and he was like, Shit liver is much more appropriate of a name. Rolls off the tongue, especially after a shot of tequila or your favorite rye whiskey.
Alright, so tell us a little bit about the album, how you recorded it, any interesting processes that went into it?
Oh, we were in an auditorium in my old high school.
In Sault Ste. Marie.
In Sault Ste. Marie, yeah. It's pretty
so
fun.
The reverb was excellent. I think it's like a 400-person theater or something like that.
Yeah.
So, you know, we got some really excellent reverb off of it. It sounds all right for what it is, but this next album is almost written and hopefully out by Christmas time. I'm going to say it right here, the title of the album, Hitting the Fan. See? The punishment. The punishment continues. So then eventually if we do well on this tour and then the album comes out, we can do it again and call it Hitting the Fans Tour.
We thought this one out.
Yeah, definitely.
What can we say? What can we say?
What's next for Shit Liver, other than the new album?
New album.
Split.
Yeah, we're going to do a split.
With Grimace from Saskatoon.
Okay.
Yeah, we just played a show with them, got to hang out with them, and both bands want to do a split together. So that's something we're going to be working on soon.
Also, once we get back to St. Catharines, we're going to start planning our second part of our Canadian tour to go out east instead of west. You know,
so yeah, it's a Homeland Debauchery Tour Part 2. So hopefully, if all goes according to plan, we go out to and play in Vancouver and Victoria and Nanaimo on the island. So hopefully, you know, this summer we could do Vancouver Island to Prince Edward Island.
Cool.
Across the country, awesome. You know, dip a cold left toe into each ocean in there, and yeah. After that, we got some recording to do and stuff. A whole bunch of cool things too that we're going to be putting out on YouTube. I'm recording a tour video. That'll all go up on the YouTube channel and all that fun stuff. Recording, jamming.
Where can we find your music?
Find our music. You can find it on bandcamp.com, shitliverofficial.bandcamp.com. YouTube. We got a YouTube channel. We're doing a lot of funny video and stuff now. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. All of that's also linked together with Facebook as well and all that fun stuff.
Or you can come see us play and buy our CD.
Yeah, you can do that too. We only have a few left. We should buy our CD.
Who's some of your guys' influences?
Influences? This poverty thing is one of those. Is a big influence. Internal anguish. I don't know if you've ever heard of that. No, I was just talking about the thing itself. Oh. No, I'd say like, what would you guys say?
For me, totally Capitalist Casualties is my biggest influence. So I got that power violence kind of vibe, even though it's death grind. So.
Musically, there's a ton, but I'd say macabre, anal cunt, stuff like that, you know.
Deicide.
Yeah.
Deicide's
Dystopia, huge. We run samples now live, so it's dystopian, grindcore, weird, death metal-y, just a whole weird, awesome lasagna. There's sweet picking and blast beats and samples and D-beat crust stuff, and it's just all in there, you know. It's kind of scissoring and a big, awesome, yeah. It's a mashup. We'll play big metal shows, and everyone's like, "Oh, why is this punk band on the bill?" But then we'll play a punk show, and everyone's like, "Why is this fucking metal band here?" Can I say fuck?
No.
Welcome to Wicked Words. I am JP, and today we're going to be talking about the book Soul on Fire, the life and music of Peter Steele. This book was originally written by Jeff Wagner, former editor of Metal Maniacs from around 1997 to 2003. And of course, Jeff formerly published his book Mean Deviation, The History of Progressive Music. This time he's turned his attention to Peter Steele, the iconic frontman and founder of the band Typo Negative. The book follows Peter's history through his entire life growing up in the New York area, from his early bands Northern Lights and Fallout, through the short-lived and underrated Carnivore, and of course the bulk of the book talks about his time in his most successful and popular band, Typo Negative. A couple hundred pages long, it's loaded with photos, rare and unpublished pictures that will shock and amaze everyone, and it follows his life through to its tragic ending. The book is published by FIE Press and is available in your local retailers.
Scott had a chance to catch up with Iron Reagan earlier this year, where they discussed the origins of the band, their new album Tyranny of Will, and their new music video Miserable Failure. Let's check out the interview.
So give us a bit of a rundown, like what are the beginnings of Iron Reagan? Like how did this all start out for you guys?
Shit. All right. I'll make a real long story short. Basically, like, it was kind of a project I wanted to do. It was going to be like more like a hardcore band kind of thing. But I also had a plan to do a band with Ryan, our drummer, for years. And then basically Phil had a shitload of riffs and everybody kind of came together and it just molded into this totally different thing that I thought it was going to be. So it was really going to be just like this local band that played house shows and shit. And
house shows are the best.
We put out this demo and it got like 20,000 downloads in like a few days, and it was like crazy.
Come here, Mark. Come here.
You're more than welcome. I don't bite.
Yeah, let's get in here.
I like being bitten.
We'll talk.
It is Valentine's Day.
Sensually.
Happy Valentine's Day! I hope you all get the hand job you're looking for.
So your last video for Miserable Failure, you had the singer and guitar player from Red Fang. They made a cameo in that video.
I think everyone in the band did except for one of the guys. I'm not sure which dude it was.
Like was that upon your request or was it like the video director?
It was a little bit of both. We wanted them because we like those guys a lot.
Oh yeah, Red Fang, they're awesome. Saw them last year and they're unreal.
Yeah, we're filming it in Portland, and there's actually dudes from Toxic Holocaust in it too.
Oh, okay.
And like
Mudhoney,
and like just like local
just
Portland.
Like all over the place.
Yeah.
Everywhere in that video.
Why they hooked it up?
See, I didn't even notice that.
Yeah, it's for a split second.
Real
you know,
quick.
it's quick.
Phil from Toxic Holocaust is the homeless guy that like takes his shit off.
All right, yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
In disguise.
So
he was character acting too.
Like
he was spare changing like before. He was like method acting. You know, he's like really into it. He's walking around spare changing. And I think he stabbed another homeless guy like before. It was crazy.
As they do.
That's how he got his clothes.
That was just how he was just getting into character.
Yeah, absolutely.
Surprisingly easy transition.
Yeah.
So when you went into the studio to record Tyranny of Will, like did you have all those songs in your head going into the studio, or was it just kind of like book the studio time and come up with shit as you went?
No, we had everything written.
Yeah, everything.
We had everything plus
there's
more.
There's like 22-minute songs on that album.
There was a lot more songs too.
Really? How many songs did you guys cut from that before the final?
We tracked like 30.
32 or 33.
Yeah, I think we have a split 7-inch coming out.
Who are you doing the split with?
This band from Europe called Toxic Shock, and so those songs are gonna like some of the extra shit. It's not even like outtakes or anything. It's just stuff that just didn't like the flow of the album didn't fit. But like some of it's like some of those songs that are on that split are like better than shit that's on the album. It just didn't flow. Right.
Yeah, well,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, like the last split you were involved with was Toxic Waste. That was
the last one I was involved with was the split with Exhumed.
Split with Exhumed.
Oh yeah, you know I forgot about that.
But yeah, the Toxic Waste split as well. Yeah, so like, I love doing. You know, if my band could help other people listen to other bands, then I'm really stoked on that.
Yeah, absolutely. You guys are living the dream, right?
Yeah.
Trying to.
Yeah.
Not every girl wants to fuck Rob.
I promise.
Every dude, though.
Different story.
At the same show, Simon got to catch up with Napalm Death, where they discussed the new album, Apex Predator Easy Meat, and as well got to discuss a little bit of politics. Let's check it out.
From what I've heard from a lot of people, especially on the cruise, because there's a lot of talk about it, is that it's one of the best Napalm albums that have come out in like pretty much ever. What's your take on it? I mean,
well, it's hard for me. I'm still digesting it, to be honest myself. Actually, listeners on the outside are probably more self-aware of it than I am, to be honest with you. Yeah, I mean, what can I say? I mean, we had a good feeling when we eventually got into the recording studio, because to be honest, that's where things really start to click into place. When you're rehearsing through songs and doing them on the initial recording devices, we still use 4 tracks, you know, from the fucking dark ages, you know, but you don't, you know the stuff's, you have a feeling that it's good, but it doesn't fully come to life until you go into a recording studio. And even then, before it was track listed and stuff, we weren't to know. You know, we just didn't know. You're so, to be honest with you, you're so absorbed in the technicalities of getting the artwork done. There's so many demands, you know, to being on time. You don't take a step back and look at what you've achieved, you know, musically, lyrically speaking. So, for that reason, I don't know, you know, I've got to be honest, you know. I think it's a really good album. I think it's really diverse. That's the feeling it gives me. Whether it's one of our best, I'm not sure. Maybe that's for other people to decide, not us. It would perhaps be a bit arrogant, you know, of us to sort of, you know.
how has been the reception? I mean, obviously from what I've heard, it's all positive.
Yeah, I mean, it was the same. It's been the same now for a few albums, but honestly, I've not heard one negative comment, not one, anywhere. Maybe there's some stuff on some forum somewhere, you know, but in terms of reviews and general feedback from people that follow the band or new people that have come to the band, it's been 100% positive. I mean, you can't ask for any more, you know. No band ever has the divine right to, you know, blanket plaudits, you know. No band. So when you get that just by doing what you do and sticking to your principles, I guess. It's amazing, you know. It's an achievement in itself, you know.
So, what went into actually recording this? You hit slightly on that with recording on the 4 tracks, but how long did you guys actually work on this album before it came out?
I mean, the recording stage was a year, pretty much. And that was intentional because we just wanted to achieve a different ambience throughout the album. You know, there are plenty of bands out there who develop their writing with grindcore bands, extreme bands, whatever, but production sometimes plays second fiddle to that. And there's no reason, as long as, well, for Napalm's side of things, as long as we retain our extremity sonically, I think we can do anything we want with production, you know. And so that's what we wanted to explore. We wanted to get a real variance of ambience throughout, and the general ambience to be very organic, very, very kind of real, I suppose, you know, for want of a better word. I mean, Napalm gets called a political band, and that's a fair comment up to a point. I mean, I'm a person that comes from the left myself, you know, left side of things, you know, but I also understand at the same time that politics can be very tokenistic, very divisive, you know, very negative in a lot of ways. And so I kind of take my political hat off and I just strip it down to basic humanity. You know, all the lyrics and stuff, they're about human issues, human rights at the most fundamental level. You know, the right to live in dignity, not be harassed, the right to be who you are sexually and not be ashamed of it, or, you know, or feel somehow lesser of a person because of it. You know, the right to just live as a human being should, you know, in dignity and without being harassed by either other individuals or groups or the state, you know. So that's what we are, effectively. That's our thing.
Well, that's it for another episode of Extreme Metal Television. I'd like to thank you all for joining us once again. I'd also like to thank the entirety of the Extreme Metal Television family. Check us out on YouTube. Check us out on Twitter, Facebook, extrememetal.tv. Like us. Share us with all your friends. Share the metal. Remember, folks, February, 70,000 tons of metal. If you haven't got your ticket just quite yet, make sure you get one. If you have already, I will see you there. Until next time, keep it metal.